Hello, Awesome Soul here, and I bring with me some rather interesting information about the Propeller update, but not only that, some tweets from the developers talking about what exactly we can expect in the future. This includes what exactly is happening with the mortar, and possibly another movement type that they're showing interest in. But of course, to start out, I will talk about the Propeller update, the update that will be dropping tomorrow, which is the 12th. So I might as well start with their little press release here. We are super excited to announce that tomorrow, the 12th of January, which is a Thursday, we'll be adding a new movement part to Robocraft in our cunningly titled Propeller update. These new propellers are intended to be an alternative to thrusters, allowing players to build a wider variety of robots than ever before. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of hybrids we could get out of this. I have an idea for one, but I won't say it here. I want to leave it as a mystery, assuming it actually works. But anyways, back to the press release. In addition to the new propellers, we are also squashing some bugs too, but I will go through the propellers first and then talk about the bugs. So obviously in the Propeller update, they are adding the propellers. There are two varieties, the Propeller Tomahawk and the Propeller Thunderbolt. First off, the smaller one, which has the 3 blades as opposed to the 4, is obviously the Tomahawk, as I said. The forge cost is 5,000 robits. It's got 45,000 health, a CPU load of 50, so it's fairly low, a max speed of 168. Now that may seem kind of slow, but after I go through these, it'll make a bit more sense. Mass is 150 kilograms, and it has 3 connection points, so that's actually not bad. And its rarity is rare. The larger one, the Thunderbolt, is 25,000 robot forge cost. Its health is 125,000, a significant jump, and it's 100 P-flops, or CPU, whichever you prefer to call it. So it's double, but it's not really double the health. It's a lot higher, actually. But obviously you have to keep in mind that it is also a larger target and therefore easier to hit. It goes slightly faster, obviously because it has more power behind it, 175 miles per hour. Its weight is doubled to 300 kilograms, 5 connection points, that's 2 more than the other one, and it is a epic rarity. Now, explaining for the slower movement speed than you somewhat might expect, the lead designer, Sergi, says propellers have been optimized so that they can be used with heavy flyer builds, which are different than our traditional thrusters, which are suited for lighter robot builds. They are also bi-directional in terms of force, which gives flyers much more strategic options. So yeah, reading through this a second time, actually, I'm kind of impressed by the propellers. When it comes to traditional flyers, you basically had to strap on an insane amount of thrusters, and it was getting to the point where it was kind of ridiculous if you wanted to move this thing and still be heavily armored. So that's going to be very interesting to see how these things fit into the meta. Are we going to be seeing a large amount of really tanky flyers, like possibly max CPU flyers? Because we haven't really had that before. That's actually kind of an interesting thought. Usually, when it comes to flyers, they're pretty much mid-range CPU. You've got your drones that are obviously trying to stay light. You've got your, well, remnants of traditional flyers, which usually aren't max CPU, because obviously thrusters don't quite have the power to move something that heavy. Propellers will, though, so that's going to be very cool. I do like tanky-ish builds, personally, so I can see myself using these. I'll definitely try and make as many flyers as I can, assuming this fits my playstyle well. And the other thing, too, is it does have a rather large CPU cost, but, as they said, they are bi-directional. So before, you would need a thruster placing backwards and facing forwards if you wanted to be able to go forward and backwards. That's what it means by bi-directional. This one, though, is you could go forward, you would stop, you could assumedly stall for a little bit, and then get your propeller to thrust you backwards. So that's actually kind of cool. Not sure how useful that's going to be, but we will just have to wait and see. Now, it's time for some good old bug fixes. Fixed a bug causing all pit games to share the same chat. Fixed a bug in the language table that was cut off for players with a resolution of 800 by 600. fixed a bug for Chinese language Linux players, which prevented some characters from appearing in inventory items. Glass cubes have been translated in Japanese, and last but not least, fixed an issue that made the OK button disappear in the battle results screen if you or a player sends a friend request and you're already at the maximum amount of permitted friends. So yes, that's all pretty interesting stuff. As I've said, I can't wait to see the possible tanky flyer meta emerge from this, but we'll just have to wait and see how well they're used. I'm honestly hoping they are used quite a bit. The only thing here though is you still have to use wings with them. So that's going to be a slight drawback when it comes to people wanting to use them. And on top of that, are the propellers going to help a lot with sort of center of lift and all that jazz? Because I know that with thrusters it was very difficult to work around the whole center of mass and center of lift. Hopefully this will make it easier for newer players to build a flyer, but we'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. Next up, as promised, I will be discussing some tweets. First off, we have somebody on Twitter asking Mark, what is up with mortars exactly? And Mark Simmons replies with, we're focusing on some other stuff first before finalizing those. Won't be too long though. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say a month, possibly, but obviously there's no date given. That's just a random shot in the dark from me. So it seems like these things have been in the works for quite a while, and it seems like they've been causing them a little bit of trouble because they were announced 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Like, they were hinted at, essentially. And most likely they were probably in the works before then. I don't know. I'm still going with the theory that they were intended to be what's in the present, but obviously they couldn't get them out on time. And last but not least, Rick the Art Jammer, who's the lead of the art team for Free Jam, has expressed interest in the bug wing idea that's been floating around from various people throughout the community. Many different versions of this have come up over the years, but my personal favorite is a incredibly light but very, very fast and sort of able to quickly buzz around and change directions. You know, like, how you look at a bee and it's kind of like buzzing in one area and then it quickly zips to another area at like breakneck speed, essentially, like you blink and you miss it kind of thing. That's kind of what it is, but obviously you need to make your bot incredibly light, and they are electroplated rather than armored. So that's interesting, but one thing, electroplates are in need of a rework, and Free Jam have stated that they're planning to rework them. So, not entirely sure if that aspect of it will ever make it in. But nonetheless though, I'm sure many people will want to see that kind of movement be put into the game. I know I certainly would. It would be perfect for insect legs. It would make for the perfect hybrid, in all honesty. I definitely do look forward to that, because insect legs used to be my main movement type, and then they kind of got outclassed by everything as more and more things were added. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of all of this. There is a lot to take in. Well, I guess not really. That's only kind of like 3 things. But still, I would like to know your opinion on everything talked about this, on the mortar, on the possibility of actually getting the insect wings into the game, and of course, the propellers themselves. But that will do it for the video for today. If you like what I do here, possibly consider subscribing, maybe check out some of the other videos I do. I know I don't normally do that, but I was informed by a few of you that you actually don't mind me saying that, and honestly suggested that I do so. So yeah, I figured I'd give it a go, I don't know. A lot of other people do it, so why the hell not? Anyways guys, I of course have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.
You've McFallen.
It's McFallen.
You're alright.
You've McFallen and you can't get McAllen.
No.
That sounds like a very crappy McDonald's menu item.
Very crappy,
No,
yeah.
it's stupid.
It's called the.
It's called the McCrap.
Left, it goes to kill me. Oh, that was too close.
The only time I've seen Sunlight had no power.
Oh, and I missed a lot of those shots.
It was
Ow!
so
Of course I'm being double teamed again. Freaking YJ, he's everywhere.
Where the
He's
hell
always
is-
respawning.
I don't see it at all.
Dead.
Oh,
That's
about to
where
be
he
dead,
is.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you hit as soon as I was about to respawn. No, 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 no,
That's
no, 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 no. Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I had 1 second left on my
Damn.
respawn. Oh,
Wait, did he kill you, YJ?
Yep.
Oh, that kill at the
Got
end
him.
though, that was beautiful.
I know.
Get to respawn again.
I had 1 second left.
Oh man.